Hi, I'm Chris. My cat Chloe here wanted some attention, and now she doesn't want any attention. Say hi to the people. Say hi to the people. She just doesn't, she's been meowing, and I just want to give her some love for a hot second before I do some. Obviously, I should be doing it now. Okay, so, hi, I'm Chris, and I am doing a challenge against myself to show how tarot cards can help writers unblock their creativity. I have 30 spreads from Karma Star Tarot, and we're kind of breaking the story out into different spreads. And I am using the Gay Tarot by Lee Bursten and Antonella Platano. It's a deck I'm not entirely comfortable using, only because I have never really used it before. So let's go. Today we're going to be doing the loose end spread. So, like I said, I haven't really, if this unlocked your creativity and you want to go off and write something similar to this, I'm not going to come after you. I haven't been writing it myself. I'm just trying to show how spreads can help. I have figured out some new ways to do it for next time, for the next story that I might want to try to do, which is probably more note-taking. So today let's figure out some loose ends, probably like with Sage's family and with his friends and with his coworkers / bosses, or connections. So that's kind of what I'm getting from the loose end spread. It's it's day 25, which is actually day 25 on the actual. I've rearranged all the spreads, but yeah. So this spread looks at the remaining characters, including the main character, and wrap-ups and any loose ends, characters' flaws to be resolved, or subplots to be resolved. This can be done for each character subplot or point. So it's a 4-card spread. Now I have a note here that says the main character signifier is the card 5 from day 24. Luckily, we did that in the last video. And card 5 was the 8 of Cups. He's willing to leave people behind. This has been his. The Sage of Wands has been his card for the entire time that we've been doing these, but he's obviously willing to go and be the 8 of Cups and try something new. So do the character profile spread first, which actually technically is day 31, but that's not a day that we're doing. I think that I'm actually going to make that just a note for myself. Is probably more like day 10. In day 10, it was the antagonist spread, and day 10 for us was day 3. The character development and antagonist development, just for everyone's notes. So let's see what this one says. So let's give it a shuffle and see what this does. Now I've got cat hair all over me because Chloe, you are she's just a mess. She is just a mess. All right, so let's see. Let's go from here. So we have the sub characters that we have. We've got I think a brother that says inappropriate gay things. A younger cousin that thinks that Sage is amazing. We've got an older friend who is kind of done fighting, and we've got a younger friend who is kind of an activist where putting on events, and that's where Sage met the boyfriend. We've also got some characters that have money and connections to give him some jobs and be some coworkers. So with that being said, let's see if this spread helps. It's a 4-card spread, so let's try this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh. Well, this is interesting. Oh. Let's see how this goes. So, number 1 is a flaw or subplot to be resolved. Got the Hanged Man reversed again. Seeing things from another perspective. I wonder if that has to do with his. It's either his. I wonder if that's like a lot of this. I feel I'm getting a lot more of an emotional remembrance or relationship remembrance. But seeing things from another perspective might be he's now seeing what his flaws were when he was doing multiple jobs and just spinning his wheels in that direction, and kind of comes to the realization about how he's been treating his own friends during this whole thing. So maybe he's come to a self-realization kind of a situation that way. The ordeal which brings the conflict to a head. I got beyond judgment. It's blocked. And obviously this is like a pride event, but it's reversed. So maybe it's an event was canceled. The ordeal that brings the conflict to a head. I remember with the antagonist, maybe he had a thought that wasn't complete, and Sage overheard it, which made Sage finally realize the true person who Guy was. So maybe Guy's tweet or Guy's thought is what canceled the event, and makes the conflict come to a head. So that could be something to go along in that route. Card 3 is how the character approaches the ordeal. So I got the Fool. This is a sideways card. And the Fool, to me, again, this is going toward my right. So it's not a reversed card in my mind. I kind of get a sense that Sage reaches a point where he doesn't care. Well, a Fool is more about being excited to try new things and going out and trying different things. So I think that he maybe approaches the ordeal with all of this as a chance to actually move forward, and be excited about it and not feel it's obviously a new chapter for him as well. It's a new adventure because now he's out. Sage feels like he's now out and about and he can be himself and be his true self and not hide it and not feel guilty. So I feel like this is kind of how he looks at the ordeal. How he approaches this whole thing is that it's a new way of life for him. It's a kind of his rebirth. It's his coming out. It's a new way to live life is kind of what I'm getting from that. Number 4 is the resulting growth. How they grew. Well, I got the 3 of Cups reversed, and the 3 of Cups is like a party card, kind of. Chloe, stop it. She's just meowing. The 3 cards like a party card and a celebratory. Now, I'm getting more. This is from his past because he was kind of a drifter. He was just kind of going with the flow. He had multiple jobs. He didn't really have any direction. A little bit of a partier. I guess there could be kind of an aspect to that for him. But I kind of feel like maybe he's grown up a little bit. He can still party, like totally still celebrate and stuff, but I feel like he was doing it too much. So now I think he knows when to do it and when not to do it. I think that's kind of how he's grown up. He's grown up and figured out how to, I hate saying be an adult, because I'm not an adult and I'm an adult. but he's able to take on a little bit more responsibility, if that makes any sense. I do have a few more notes on here from my own notes of the link that I'm going to be posting in the description, but it says, recall the character development spread. So that's day 10. And then there is this spread is to be repeated for each flaw or problem. And that's whatever, like, repeat this as many times as you need to have as many flaws that are in your story. This can be done with multiple characters. Card 3 options, which was our card 3 was the Fool and how he can go off and start a new life. I put that on the next page. If writing a sequel, you can read the reversal of this card as failed to resolve and use it in the sequel. Obviously, we didn't fail it to resolve, but you can use that as an option. You can also, if you want this problem resolved, but to cause another problem, pull an additional card and cross the new card with it, referring to day 8. Let's see what day 8 was. Day 8 was the many trials and the if but no and day. And that for us, from ours was day 16. The last note that I have on this spread is card 4 must be linked to the overall story, which I kind of think makes sense, with Sage being too wishy-washy, young, uncaring, confident that other people will come and protect him. I kind of think that that's kind of what this is saying. He's actually able to not depend on others as much and not party as much, in a sense. He can take a little bit more control of his life instead of just partying all the time. So that's what that day is. Again, I'll put it in the description below if you want to follow all the links. I'll put that in my description as well. And until the next video. I will take a picture of this as well so that I put it on my Instagram and on my website so that you can see what I'm seeing at the same time as well if you want to ever come back to the video. Thanks.